Hello, I'm Rick Merrill. I'm an attorney in Everett. I help people with auto accident injuries, PI work. I want to talk to you a little bit, and I kind of call it just the life and times of a PI case. So what happens is that, say you're injured and somebody else is liable, you go to the attorney says, great, we'll help you. The attorney will ask us a few questions on the phone, or they'll go through this process. How much damage was there to your car? Damages, how much did it cost? And the reason they'll ask you that is not that they don't think that you're not hurt, because you are. But if the damage to your car, or if it didn't cost very much to fix it, that's one of the things that the insurance company later on potentially is going to use against you. People, if cases go to jury trials, which most cases do not, they don't even get filed in court, but if they do, the attorney for the insurance company doing his or her job, which I'm sure that they will, they'll bring that up to the jury and they'll say, it only cost $1,500 or $2,000 to fix a car. They couldn't be hurt that bad. So that's one of the things the attorney that you might hire would ask you. The other things they'll ask you is, did you go to the doctor initially? Did you go to the hospital that day? Or did you go the next day? Something like that. If you wait a month or so, or a little bit of time before you go to the doctor, again, that's one of those things that the good attorney for the insurance company is going to try to use against you potentially later on. And they'll say, well, if he or she didn't go to the doctor right away, or they didn't go to the hospital, they're not hurt that bad. Or the other thing, heaven forbid, they'll say is that after the accident, before you went to the doctor, you got hurt somehow, some other way. So that's where the lawyer's going to ask you those questions, and that's really why. Because when you hire an attorney, the attorney is going to get ready for trial. Like I said, most cases don't get filed in court. They don't go to trial, nothing like that. But you kind of have to get ready. Any good attorney, and get ready so that 3 years from now or 4 years from now, if it really ends up in court, they've done all their work now and they're ready to go. The other thing, the attorney will ask you, who you're going to, what doctors you're seeing, all those other things. The attorney will want to get the medical records. And really what happens is, and I kind of simplify this for people, and maybe it's oversimplification, but I tell them that all they have to do once they hire an attorney, and the attorney, I'm sure, like I said, they'll be good for you, will say, at some point the doctor is going to tell us that you're as good as new, and I hope that they do. Or they're going to say, this person's injured and they're just going to have to live with it the rest of their life. And at that point, an attorney can determine how much money your case is worth or how much money you should get from that. And I know money doesn't fix all things, but we're not doctors. We can't help you, fix your leg, your back, or anything like that. All we can do is get money for you. So, we're not saying money is more important, but once that happens, then you can kind of determine what other people have got in similar situations, how much money they can give you. So the attorney then would gather all of the medical records. They determine how much they should put, and then they send out what's called a demand letter. And it's a letter you send to the insurance adjuster, or the attorney does, outlining the whole case. The liability, why their client is completely at fault, what your treatment was, your medical treatment, how that's affected your life. And the attorney will say, send them some money, and they'll send them a finite amount of money. The insurance adjuster then will come back and say, you're crazy, it's not worth that much, we'll give you $10 or whatever it is. So then there's this negotiation. At some point, your attorney will tell you, look, I can't get him any higher on this negotiation. This is how much money you'll get, and you can accept that, or we can file the case into court, file a lawsuit. Obviously, if you file a lawsuit, things get stretched out, but that might be the best option. But that's kind of the life and times of a PI case. If you get injured in an auto accident or any kind of injury, you can get a hold of us at rickmerrillattorney.com. So thank you.